everyone, I just wanted to give you guys some daily guidance with my Animal Whispers Empowerment cards. I'm probably not going to go too deep with this one, but it's great for daily guidance. So this is set one, this is set number two, and this is set number three right now. And I want you to get into an intuitive space, relax, take a few deep breaths, try to ground yourself, and look at each deck and feel them out. Feel the energy of each set of cards and choose the one that calls to you. I'm gonna go silent for just a minute while you look at the cards and choose the ones that feel right to you. Just feel the energy behind each set of cards. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first deck. We have the squirrel. Declutter your mind and store only that which serves you. So if you've been stressed out, maybe overanalyzing, overthinking lately, holding on to negative thought patterns, it's time to declutter, to relax, to meditate. Maybe even if you do witchcraft, this would be the card I would take to point to cut and clear work and uncrossing work as well. So declutter your mind. You're carrying the weight of the world on you right now. You have too much stress. So just declutter, meditate, try to relax. The next card is the spider. Cut the web of fear. It only serves to entangle you. Let's see. Spiders are about feminine energy as well. Creativity, patience, and they also represent the shadow side, the shadow work, particularly in terms of feminine energy. So this is also saying that you need to do some deep healing work. If you're still holding on to negativity, things that are clouding your mind, fears, past traumas, it's saying that you're going around in circles, you're tangling yourself up. And it's time to do the inner healing work. It's time to do the shadow work. I feel like this might apply to people who try to think positively all the time, but they're lacking a balance. They're lacking a balance of dark and light, negative and positive. And so you're just sort of going in circles, and you really need to be honest with yourself about how you feel. You need to let those negative emotions come to surface and deal with them and process them and find that balance. Otherwise, you're going to snap eventually. You're going to hold all that tension inside of yourself, and it builds up over time and until eventually you just snap. So this is calling for you to do the shadow work, to balance the dark and the light, and to be honest with yourself about what you feel. Be honest with yourself about past traumas, about pain that just needs to resurface, to be acknowledged, to be embraced, and to be released if necessary. So this is calling you to do the shadow work now. The llama. Breathe deeply with the highs and the lows. So again, if you've been going around in circles, if you've been feeling confused, feeling like you just have so much weight and so much pressure on you right now, and things are just a roller coaster right now, they're going up and down, it's letting you know that this is temporary. The energy that you're navigating right now, it is temporary. You are getting through it. The key is just meditate, declutter your mind, do the inner healing work, do cut and clear work if necessary as well. Breathe, relax, don't get lost in your head, basically. Don't overthink things, don't overanalyze things. See the bigger picture and rise above whatever it is you're going through right now. And also at the same time, There are issues here that are causing maybe stagnant energy or causing you to go back and forth or causing confusion, um, mental chaos, just that sort of thing. So it's really important to just acknowledge those fears and release them, conquer your fears. Stop running from your past, stop running from the experiences that you've been through, and start really just being honest with yourself. Finally start looking at things in a more honest light. Start finding that balance between light and dark, negative and positive. Start allowing yourself to just be human, to feel, to express your emotions, even if they do seem negative. If there are people around you that are judging you for that, you kind of have to ignore them right now. You need to do this for yourself. You need to do this shadow work. You need to be honest and to be vulnerable and to find this balance for yourself. You need to let yourself just be human. You need to let yourself feel. Positive thinking really just keeps you stuck in this cycle where you end up denying your true feelings, and you're creating this tension, this conflict inside yourself. You create this war inside yourself because you're going against the flow. You're going against the natural flow. You're going against what you really feel. So again, this is just calling for you to do the shadow work, especially for the feminine energy right now. And once you finally allow this messy healing process, you're going to start manifesting things in your life. You're going to start manifesting abundance and love and career and whatever else you want in your life, because you're living in this vulnerable, open, honest space. You're living in this higher space where things can manifest, where things can flow to you. Then we also have the cat. Time to relax and time to conserve your energy. So it is time to stop overthinking things. It is time to stop living in this stagnant energy. It is time to stop going against what you feel and creating this war within yourself. It's time to rest. It's time to relax. It's time to take the weight of the world off your shoulders finally, and just conserve your energy. Just allow yourself to finally heal. Allow yourself to slow down a bit. Allow yourself this introspection, this time to heal and relax. And the deer, be gentle with yourself as you do this. Like this is your final outcome too. Deers represent innocence. They represent just gentleness, just moving through life with grace. They represent the free-spirited side of yourself. And once you do this work, that's what you're going back to. So be gentle with yourself too as you're doing this. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Okay, for those who chose set number 2, we have the snake. Shed your skin and be renewed and transformed. This to me represents the awakening process. It's, letting go of the old, letting go of stagnant energy, letting go of who you used to be, basically. This is becoming a brand new person. Allowing yourself to sort of come out of your shell, the turtle. You might be shy, you might be introverted, and this is saying that there's at least a few people in your life right now that you can trust, that you can open up to. And you don't want to let your life pass you by, so it's saying it's time to come out of your shell. It's time to meet new people. It's time to talk to the people that maybe old friends that you haven't talked to in a while. It's time to reach out to people. It's time to shine your light on the world. It's time to just come out of your shell. Then we have the Black Panther. Step out of the dark and into the light. So to me, just looking at this card, what I feel is it's someone who's done a lot of healing work. Someone who's already, they've gone through, at least one dark night of the soul, maybe even not too long ago. They've isolated themselves. They've been in this heavy energy, and your guides are saying, it's time to step out of this. It's time to get past this stagnant energy. It's time to, like, you've done your work. You've done your healing work. I mean, we always have more and more healing to do, but you've done it. You've gone through it all already. You've been through enough already. And it's time to go out. It's time to step into the light. It's time to go out and have fun. It's time to connect with people again. It's time to be social again. It's time to pursue your passions again. It's time to live again. Like you've gone through it already. You've possibly detached yourself and alienated yourself from some of your friends, maybe even family, soul family, lovers, and it's just saying, step out of that. There might have been a situation in your life recently or not too long ago that ended, that just devastated you, that you just felt like you couldn't heal from. I see, you might have gotten depressed. You might have stayed in that depression for a long time. And it's time to clear that out. It's time to step into the light again. It's time to be social again, to meet people again, to live again. And then as a result of doing this, we have the owl. Use your inner and outer eyes and ears, and you will really see. There are a number of Norse and also primarily Celtic goddesses that are associated with owls, and I think of that every time I see owls. Oddly enough, I used to be really afraid of owls, and I started, having visions of them this past year. And I also, I went through my awakening this past year, and I sort of took that as me finally being confident in that awakening and my psychic abilities, because I was scared of them most of my life. And then this past year, I've just completely embraced the owl spirit. I've opened myself up to that, and it doesn't scare me anymore. My intuition, my psychic power, it doesn't scare me anymore. So owls are very intuitive. They're very wise. They have the capacity to see through illusion, to see, people's true nature. And they all also represent change, which, that goes hand in hand with these cards actually, because it's like you've been in this depressing, heavy energy for so long. I see someone who is just, they're not going out, they're not talking to people, they're self-sabotaging, and I don't think they even realize that they're doing it. And it's just saying, like, you've been through enough. Like you've done most of your healing work already. Like you've done a lot of that already. Like you've been in this energy long enough. Like you felt it, you embraced it, you can release it now if you choose to. And so yeah, so the owl is the result of this, of you coming out of your shell, of you conquering your fears, of you being social again, of you, taking control of your life again. You develop your intuition, you develop the ability to see through things. Whereas, before you might have had some red flags with people that you ignored. You might not have been coming from an intuitive space. I think that you thought you were, but I think that you were thinking with your mind. And this is saying, think with your heart, think with your spirit. I see someone here who thought that they were following their heart in a certain relationship or a certain situation. Maybe it was with family, maybe with a certain friend or a lover. You thought you were following your heart, but I think that you were really following your mind. And what I mean by that is just that there are so many subconscious toxic patterns that we have in our minds when it comes to relationships. You might have had a cycle that you're repeating with abusive or emotionally unavailable people, or people that just, they weren't showing up for you. They weren't your equal, and you ignored the red flags, I feel. and you were using your mind, you were going off of body language, you were going off of these subconscious patterns that might have began in childhood, and you were loving with your mind basically. So this to me talks about true love. This is heart-centered love. This is soul-centered love. This is being with someone who's not your usual type. Someone that there aren't red flags with, someone that you're not going to repeat the same cycles with. In the past, you've let you've let that fear take over, and you've repeated those subconscious patterns. You've repeated just these toxic, negative relationships. You've stayed in your comfort zone. You haven't allowed yourself to transform, to step into the unfamiliar. And it's cost you. It's cost you. You've been heartbroken a lot because of it, because you've kept repeating these subconscious patterns with people that need to be resolved finally. So it's time to let go of the familiar. It's time to let go of people that there's red flags with. It's time to let go of people that, it's like I said, it's mind-based love. It's based on subconscious patterns. It's based on familiarity, childhood upbringing. Um, but there's nothing more to it than that. There's no real depth to it. It's just you repeating these patterns and you going for the same type of people again and again. So it's time to step out of that, and it's time to really just step out of your comfort zone, conquer your fears, embrace the unfamiliar, meditate, start dating people and talking, both friends and lovers. Just start talking to people that you wouldn't normally talk to, people that you might normally have not considered, people that are outside of this usual pattern. And so this to me is, it's you using your intuition. It's you choosing heart-centered relationships and spirit-centered relationships, soulmates, twin flames, friends that are healthy to be in your life, friends that are actually going to support you and want you to grow and to see you do well in life. So this is you. You're not coming from a place of mind anymore. You're developing your spirit, you're developing your intuition and your psychic ability, and that's going to protect you. Your fear won't protect you. Fear is just, it's not going to do anything for you. Your intuition is what is ultimately going to protect you from having to go through that kind of horrible heartbreak again. I mean, your intuition is what's ultimately going to protect you from having to go through those cycles again. You can use your intuition, be honest with yourself when you see red flags, and be honest with yourself when you see green flags too. Don't sabotage yourself. And then the next card we have is the Raven, mystery and magic. So this is just, again, it's you coming into your own, you stepping into your divine feminine power or masculine power. The ravens are also, they're heavily associated with Odin among other Norse gods. So when I see the raven, I think of Odin. And this could point to a connection to Norse gods and goddesses. It could be something from a past life. If you have a pull towards that culture, I feel like there's a really good reason for it, and you should study it. You should look into the gods and goddesses. You should try to connect with them. And so the raven is it's a very powerful spirit animal. The raven represents magic, healing, transformation, all sort of, all gods and goddesses and just psychic abilities, magic. That's all associated with the raven. This is also crone energy. This could be considered crone energy. But it's mysticism, it's magic, it's renewing your life, it's having courage, it's taking control of your life and just, flying. So overall, this is a really good read, I'd say. All right, let's do number 3 now. For those that chose deck 3, you have the dog. Let go of guilt and love unconditionally. So don't be too hard on yourself. If you feel guilty, if you feel shame, if you feel fear, it's time to move past that. It's time to embrace love. There is love in your life right now, and you just have to open your eyes to see it. And we have the peacock. Strut your stuff and show your true colors. So again, if you've been in this energy of guilt, of shame, of regret, this is saying, it's time to move out of that. It's time to notice the good things that you have in your life. It's time to notice the people around you that are supporting you and loving you. And it's time to open up again. It's time to show the world who you really are. You might be putting on these masks with people that you love. You might be pretending to be something that you're not, and shutting out the people that you really care about out of, fear, guilt, pride, and it's telling you just stop doing that. Start letting yourself be open. Start showing your true colors. Start being honest. Start being genuine. Start being who you really want to be, and start noticing the people around you that love you. What I get from these cards is that, you haven't been yourself lately. You have been weighed down by these feelings, and it's time to get back in touch with yourself. The camel. Know that you are worthy of love. So again, it's time to stop being so hard on yourself. Know that you are worthy of love, regardless of guilt or shame or any issues, anything that you've done in the past. Maybe you hurt someone. Maybe you had a falling out with someone that you love. Maybe you did something that you just feel like you can't let go of, but you can let go of it. You do deserve to move on from this energy. You do deserve to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you're holding on to, and know that you're worthy of love. If this is someone that you've hurt, maybe just, I'm picking up for maybe like one or two of you. This could be someone that you hurt, or someone that you had a falling out with, and it'd be a good idea to reach out to this person to apologize for yourself. Just say sorry for yourself. Get that off your chest. Stop holding on to it. And even if they don't accept your apology, you can still sleep better knowing that you've put that out there, that they know that you're sorry, that they know that that wasn't who you really are, that you didn't mean to do that or say that or whatever the issue was. So you might need to write a letter to someone to let go of this guilt and to allow yourself to love again. The fly. You have such a big heart. Let yourself in. So what I get with this reading is, for those of you that chose deck 3, whoops. Okay, there we go. For those of you that chose deck 3, I get a lot of insecurity, a lot of shame, a lot of things that you regret that you've done in the past. And I think it's time to just realize that you are actually a really good person, because genuinely bad people, they don't worry about people they've hurt. They don't worry about things that they've done wrong. They don't worry about their downfalls and their shortcomings. They think they're better than everybody else. They're narcissistic, and this is saying you're not like that. You do worry about those things. You do hold on to things that you've done and said. You do care. You do have a big heart. You do have a lot of empathy. You do care a lot about people. So stop beating yourself up. Stop being so hard on yourself, and just let yourself be yourself. Let yourself just forgive yourself. Stop going back and forth and let yourself in. Get to know yourself all over again. Be more kind to yourself. Be more gentle with yourself. Realize just that the fact that you care so much, to even hold on to this guilt and this shame and pain from the past, like just the fact that you care so much shows that you actually are a really good person. Most people wouldn't have given it a second thought, but you know, you do care about it, obviously. It is something that's important to you. You really want to be the best person that you can be. And you know, your guides are saying you're there already. You are already a good person. I mean, everyone has more work to do, of course, but you're a good person. You just need to open your eyes and recognize it. See yourself the way that your friends see you. Show your true colors and see the way yourself with the way that people who really love you genuinely see you. See yourself the way you want to be. Become the person you want to be. And the last message we have is the dolphin. We infect you with our joy. So dolphins show up in my dreams quite a bit, actually. They're one of my spirit animals for sure. And they're all about playfulness, peace, love. They're very high vibrational spirits. They're very innocent. They're very loving, and they are so intelligent. You know, family bonds between dolphins. Their families are just so close. I'd say they're more intelligent than we are. I mean, dolphins are very psychic and very intuitive too. There are so many stories of dolphins saving sailors and saving surfers that have fallen in, and even protecting people from sharks. So this is a really good spirit animal to have. And the dolphins in this message, they're just saying, you know, let yourself be happy again, finally. Like, just relax, finally. Heal whatever it is you need to heal, and just let yourself be happy. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so critical and on yourself and trying to perfect yourself all the time, you know? Like, you are a good person already, you know? And you can work more and more on becoming the person that you want to be, of course, but you're not a bad person like you might think you are. You are a really good person. These insecurities are unfounded, and it's time for you to be happy. Okay. I'm going to do a quick read on the collective energy as well. What is the collective experiencing right now? What is the collective experiencing right now? What is the collective experiencing right now? Bear, emerging from your cave. So coming out of this dark night of the soul, or, you know, a lot of you are probably going through the awakening process right now, actually. And it's time to stop procrastinating. It's time to stop putting things off. And start getting out there, start meeting people, start going out and having fun again. Just emerge from your cave. The butterfly, spread your beautiful wings and fly. That's a good message. And the guinea pig, heal your heart. So this is the collective energy right now. We have a lot of people, their energy right now is just, it's very heavy, but it's also flowing finally. You know, a lot of things have been stagnant for a really long time, and things are finally moving again. So a lot of people, you know, it's time for you to come out of this period of isolation, of this period of deep rest, of depression, of whatever it may be. If you've been considering maybe a new career, or moving, or traveling, or just doing something new, a new relationship, just whatever it might be, it's giving you the go ahead for a lot of things. It's just saying, you know, emerge from your cave. Step out of stagnant, familiar energy. Step out of your comfort zone and let things flow. And then we have the butterfly here. Spread your beautiful wings and fly. It's pretty self-explanatory. The time is now. You know, you've waited long enough. You put things on hold long enough, and the time is now. You're there already. You've done the work. It's the time. It's time to go ahead and move forward with things. if you've been holding, if you've been, going back and forth between a move or a career change or anything big like that, I think this is the go ahead. It's time to get things moving. That's where the energy is taking us. And then heal your heart, guinea pig. As you step into this new energy, as you make these huge, scary life changes, you're going to be healing yourself at the same time. You're going to be healing your heart finally because you're going to be living your life again. Things are going to be moving again finally. And that's going to bring with it a lot of healing energy. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and comment below if this resonated with you. I do want to add that if you've seen a spirit, if you've seen a certain animal outside or in your dreams or in your visions, and it appeared in one of these cards today, there is a good chance that that is just your spirit animal, and you can connect with it through meditation. You can meditate on this animal. You can call to it. You can work with it. Spirit animals often show up when they're trying to teach us something specific. So if you're seeing the same animal again and again, it's a good indicator that that animal's energy is an energy that you currently need in your life. You need to incorporate that animal's energy, that animal's essence into your life. You can do this by meditating and connecting with it and asking what kind of messages it has for you. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.